Yo, what up, everybody? Uh,
Lie about it. So getting here and sex reasonable results do. I think my traps are noticeably your body, and it helps you favors blue. But all the roided people here are a lot quicker than others. Call out naturally.
Jeez, his content is absolute fucking trash. Does this guy post any training footage at all anywhere ever? Or is it just all React kind of bullshit? Anything here? Yeah, it looks like he's still bragging about his 315 bench, that a lot of vegans can bench more than him. I guess that's why he doesn't really post much training footage. He's not really lifting anything. Alright.
In the Oval Office.
What exactly did you mean?
This is Democracy Watch. Mark, we have an explosive revelation from Trump himself, because he kind of abides by this idea that if you just say the corrupt or criminal activity out loud, somehow it makes it not criminal or corrupt. So I'm going to throw to a clip of what Trump just said in the Oval Office.
What exactly did you mean when you said that you should nationalize elections, and which 15 states are you talking about?
I want to see elections be honest, and if a state can't run an election, I think the people behind me should do something about it. Because, you know, if you think about it, a state is an agent for the federal government in elections. I don't know why the federal government doesn't do them anyway. But when you see some of these states about how horribly they run their elections, what a disgrace it is, I think the federal government...
I think the election system in the States is really fucking weird.
Does cooking white rice with bone broth increase gains? Also new Tufano.
No. You're just a retard. Yeah. New Tufano. Oh my god, this lying fucktard. Thanks for the donation, dumbass. W92 the guy you were just looking at is literal retard. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's dumb as shit. Yeah, we've already reacted to this. We were reacting to that last night. I challenged him to a debate, both in his Instagram comment section, and I sent the guy a message. He's an absolute lying fucking retard. Like, he's just totally, completely and utterly full of shit. But yeah, I challenged him to a debate. He's just gonna ignore me, like he usually does. He's a lying coward. What's funny is apparently he criticized Dr. Ids for not debating, and then this guy won't debate. So he's just a cowardly, retarded hypocrite. Thanks for the donation, though, W.
When you see crooked elections, and we had plenty of them, and by the way, we had them last time, but go to 2020 and look at the facts that are coming out. Rigged, crooked elections. If we have areas, take a look at Detroit, take a look at Pennsylvania, take a look at Philadelphia. You go take a look at Atlanta, look at some of the places that horrible corruption on elections, and the federal government should not allow that. The federal government should get involved. These are agents of the federal government to count the votes. If they can't count the votes legally and honestly, then somebody else should take over.
So that was Trump saying that the states are mere agents of the federal government, and if the states aren't going to abide by these election rules that he's putting forward, then the federal government has no choice but to step in. And this kind of lends itself to this broader idea that he's been chasing, which is the federal government nationalizing our elections. So look, there's going to be people who are watching this right now who are going to be rightfully concerned that the federal government is going to take over the elections. What do you say to them?
They should be concerned. I mean, I'm concerned.
Depends on what Trump means by the federal government taking over the election system. Like, it's bizarre to me that certain states can demand voter ID, but then other states don't have to. You'd think something like that would be standardized across the nation, just so that there's like a fair voting system state by state.
There is a reason, everyone, why Brian and I keep bringing to your attention all the times that Donald Trump is saying out loud, as Brian just said, that he is going to tamper with the elections. He's going to rig the elections. He's going to steal the elections. Just pick whatever frame works for you. But whether it is the effort to force Republican states to do mid-cycle
Cunny flip
redistricting,
of you.
whether it is the
Can you react?
Oh my god, that is a beautiful chicken. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, well, she can die. Yeah, this is the reason why when people ask me, would I rather save my cat or have like a school filled with children burned to death, I would save my cat any fucking day of the week. If I could choose to save Gummy and sacrifice like a school filled with...
Why are these recordings all like really fucking weird? How are people recording the video? Because there's an echo. I don't know if they know how to use recording software and they're fucking retarded.
hundreds of children, those kids are fucking burning to death.
Yeah, it's not that funny. Thanks for the Nation N.
bogus and unconstitutional executive orders that he has tried to pass to restrict voting rights. Executive orders that my law firm and I have recently defeated in court. Or now, whether it is this renewed idea that seems to be like stuck in his head because he keeps saying it over and over again with slightly different words. But basically what he's saying is we cannot let Democrats count ballots, because if they count ballots, we may not win the elections. And after all, our candidates are really unpopular. Donald Trump is saying, I'm really unpopular. And so our only chance is to not let anyone accurately count ballots. And we need to therefore take over the vote counting. And we don't need to take over the vote counting everywhere. We just need to take over the vote counting in places where Republicans don't already control the vote counting process. And this, like I said, should be alarming everyone. This is a 5-alarm fire for democracy, pure and simple.
You know, Mark, there should be a bulwark, and in a normal world, that would be Congress. But Mike Johnson was asked about this exact issue. Here's what he had to say.
The president says that he wants Republicans to nationalize elections. Do you agree with him? And do you have confidence in how elections are conducted right now, heading into the midterm?
We have thoughtful debate about our election system every election cycle and sometimes in between. We know it's in our system. The states have been in charge of administering their elections. What you're hearing from the president is his frustration about the lack of some of the blue states, frankly, of enforcing these things and making sure that they are free and fair elections.
Right.
We need constant improvement on that front. I don't know what the ultimate solution is going to be. I'm not going to get ahead of the negotiations here, but I think that is something that's going to be a continuing theme here. It's something that will continue to...
See, VG, you admitted that humanity is trash once again. No species comes anywhere close to the level of humans, not even dinosaurs.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
To push, and we hope the governors will insist upon that same thing as well. In some of the states, like in California, for example, I mean, they hold the elections open for weeks after Election Day. That's just one thing that bothers so many people. We had 3 House Republican candidates.
It's a heartbreaking Uber shooting. An 81-year-old man shoots and kills a female Uber driver after they had both fallen victim to a phone scam. The elderly suspect in court for sentencing. Stephen Fabian has the latest.
An elderly man learns he'll be spending the rest of his life in prison after being convicted in the fatal shooting of an innocent Uber driver.
This guy's a fucking retard. He's probably racist. That's why he shot her.
Defendant's indefinite prison term.
But, like, there's just no reason to shoot.
Is 21 years to life in prison.
Terrifying video from the Uber driver's dash cam captured the horrible killing 2 years ago. You can see 81-year-old.
Like, this is an old lady. Like, he's older, but she's an old lady. Unarmed, walking away from the guy. Like, this guy just is an asshole. He deserves to spend the rest of his life in jail.
Pointing a gun at the driver. He had just shot her in the leg. The Uber driver, Lalitha Hall, was frantically trying to explain that she was there to pick up a package, but Brock shot her a total of 6 times, killing her.
Yeah, this guy's a vicious asshole.
Brock told police that a scammer had called him threatening his family and told him that a female driver would be coming by to pick up the money. At the same time, the Uber driver was ordered by the scammer to Brock's house to pick up a package. Police say the Uber driver was completely unaware of the scheme. At his trial in Ohio, the defendant watched dash cam footage that showed him holding the Uber driver at...
Even with that information in mind... there's no reason to think she's the one who threatened his family. So why would he, this is just an asshole.
Gunpoint, then opening fire.
All right, let's look at some Frank Tufano.
What's up, guys? We're down here at Frankie's Free-Range Meat organizing all of the fresh produce. I'm going to show you each of our produce packages and what you're getting in them. Everything, of course, USDA organic. We don't sell any non-organic products. This is our vegetable package where you will get mixed bell
Didn't this guy, literally say vegetables are bad for you?
peppers, organic heirloom tomatoes, organic cauliflower, cucumbers, your mirepoix, which is celery, onion, and...
This guy honestly deserves to be executed for what he did, and liberals wonder why the death penalty is still a thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm still not convinced the death penalty is actually a good idea. Nice try. But there are people who absolutely deserve the death penalty, for sure.
and carrot. Up here we have some broccoli sprouts that are just regular broccoli crowns that are being kept fresh on ice. And over here we have our Brussels sprouts. So quite a big selection of vegetables there. That's our vegetable package. Over here we have our mushroom package, which is pretty simple. Just shiitake mushrooms, maitake, and king trumpet. You get regular shiitake, baby shiitake, king trumpet mushrooms, and maitake mushrooms. One of each of those. This is our seasoning package, which is shallot, garlic, green onion, scallion, parsley, rosemary, and thyme. So most recipes will call for these ingredients, and honestly, if you put all of these in any dish, you would have a delicious combination of herbs and seasonings. Pretty typical for classic French cuisine. Over here we have our lettuce package, which will have white endive, spring mix, baby butter lettuce, and romaine hearts. Small lettuce package, nothing too crazy, definitely like 1 or 2 weeks worth of salads. Here's our starch package, which has a variety of sweet potatoes and russet potatoes. So you get some regular russet organic potatoes, and then we have from Natural Beauty, which is a farm, on California that does all these different types of sweet potatoes. These are the red, those are the purple, Hana white sweet potatoes, and Japanese sweet potatoes. So you're gonna get to try each of the varieties of 4 Honeycrisp apples and extra.
Would you buy this from Frank? He has good food handling practices.
No, I wouldn't buy anything from him. Thanks for the donation, James.
As much as I would have liked to have a storefront here and an organic grocery store, the first HVAC guy that I hired really screwed me over. He stole like $30,000 worth of R22 refrigerant out of the whole refrigeration system. So,
No, Frank's making that up.
it wasn't worth filling it back up to try to run that old equipment. And when we ended up going through all of that old stuff that was here, it hadn't been cleaned in like 30 years. And it was arguably like scrap, because it wasn't sanitary, it wasn't hygienic. And I mean, now that I'm thinking, oh, maybe we could have cleaned it, but at the time I was like, get rid of this garbage. It's horrible. It's never been cleaned. I mean, could we have cleaned it up and done all of that? Maybe, but the bigger problem is running that big refrigeration system would have probably costed me another $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in electricity, which would have definitely not been worth it. So maybe at some time we can get some smaller stuff out front here and do a small shop.
He lies about everything.
I've heard you say that you never have feelings of regret. Have you always had that mindset, or did you develop it over time with practice? I logically understand that regret is pointless, but I struggle with beating myself up for past mistakes years later.
I've never had feelings of regret, personally. I don't know. I just don't ever do things that I regret, so... Thanks for the donation, though, W.
Iguanas in Florida are going into hibernation because of the cold, and they are trying to euthanize them. How horrible. I hate humans. Iguanas are herbivores too. If you are in Florida, adopt to iguana now.
Yeah, that's horrible.
To collect as many of the reptiles as possible and deliver them to the local wildlife authorities to be euthanized. The lizards, which can grow to be
further spread.
Iguanas are great. I love iguanas. Look at them. Look at that sweet little iguana. Just nice guys. They're so cool. Look how spiny. I love iguanas. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. That's sad. Alright, let's see this retardation. Apparently he talks about Skittles.
On here at Frankie's Strange Meat. Haven't done a vlog in a few weeks. You guys know we've been having a hard time with the bank trying to foreclose on the property. Thankfully, we got a lot of orders and we had enough working capital to pay off the bank loan. And no, we didn't really pay off the bank loan. We came to an agreement in the court and I paid the bank X amount of money. It wasn't too crazy.
So he got the insurance that he didn't get. That's a shame. I'm sure he's gonna do something stupid again.
But, it was enough money that I still am not able to make my bills, but, they're not necessarily bills that need to be paid. It's not like I'm losing my building anymore, so I did want to thank you guys for the support. We're in an okay spot now. I'd like these insurance companies to pay me for these claims I made, and then I'd actually be comfortable, but that hasn't happened yet. So we're still really behind, basically, and this is how the business has been for this whole year. Like, every single cent that comes in the bank account gets spent the same week. So there's no, back when I was in New York and we were doing good and okay, I was able to save up money to it wasn't even a lot of money considering. Guys, considering the total amount of business sales I've done and the amount of money I made, it's like a horrendous profit margin. It's probably like...
Can you elaborate on that perspective of never having regret? I admire your mindset. While I always try to make the best decisions at each moment, I find myself getting stuck in mental loops of what I should have done differently in hindsight years later.
Well, who cares? We won't have to worry about any of this when we're dead, so why bother? It's that simple. Just get over it. Thanks for the donation, W.
Less than 5%. So, business-wise, you know, it is a privilege to have a business, to keep it running, to have employees and all that stuff. But because I keep my prices low, because I always try to do the right thing, and mainly because all these people are screwing me and taking...
No, don't save them. They are an invasive species in Florida and are messing up the ecosystem there, so it's totally justified to kill them to save the environment regardless if they are herbivores.
Are they an invasive species? Who cares? They're iguanas. They're cool. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Advantage of me. I have, you know, imagine if my Wagyu wasn't stolen. Imagine if the potato chip equipment wasn't malfunctioning. Imagine if the refrigeration guys didn't screw me. I've had hundreds of thousands of dollars stolen from me, so...
Imagine if you weren't a lying fucktard who makes bad decisions constantly.
All things considered, if people didn't steal from me, I'd be in a better position, but it's a pretty big week. We have a lot going on. Always new stuff coming in, like, I mean, just in here. You know, I'm always trying to improve the quality of stuff, so, like for the pizzas, we got these new steel things to proof the dough, and instead of just doing other stuff. I'm kind of excited. I got a cheap pasta extruder, like a really big commercial Italian pasta extruder. I might try to do some sourdough spaghetti or something. I'm excited for that. That's going to be, and the problem is, guys.
Did he say sourdough pasta?
Sourdough spaghetti or something. I'm kind of excited. I got a cheap pasta extruder, like a really big commercial Italian pasta extruder. I might try to do some sourdough spaghetti or something.
What the fuck? Sourdough spaghetti? Are you fucking retarded?
I'm excited for that. That's gonna be, and the problem is, guys, if I don't keep doing new stuff, like, I'm in a bad position. Like, the bank's starting to lose my business, yet I'm still having to, like, do new stuff to keep the sales high. Because if I don't do new things every week, the sales don't stay high, and we can't keep the working capital high. So it seems kind of crazy that I'm talking about, like, doing new things every single week when we're in, like, a dire position, but it has to be done. We got the forklift sorted out. Beautiful Korean Hyundai, brand spanking new battery. I got it for 1/5 of the price you normally would because it fell off a truck. The damage is just like exterior to this door panel. I just shocked myself. Exterior to this door panel. That's the only damage on it. Really great deal. Won't have to worry about anything else, but that's another insurance claim I've been waiting on. The insurance company is supposed to pay me because that's insured under my policy. All the equipment in my building is insured, and if something goes wrong with it, they're supposed to pay. So technically, I'm supposed to get a check from the insurance company to compensate me for that. I'm just walking over here to show you guys the delivery came in. My guys haven't put it away yet, so there's a few new things here. We can get you guys anything that's in an organic grocery store. So whatever you guys want. We're restocking the Parm crisps. We're gonna try making some einkorn bread, just like one batch of einkorn instead of the regular wheat we've been using. We restocked some hand soap. Restocking the floss, lube, and yeah, just the floss and the lube. I've never used that myself. How sad is that? Now this is something completely new that I was a little excited for. Well, not the detergent. Did they not bring it? Where is it? Must be in there. Where is it? I was craving Skittles last week, and I found a company that sold organic Skittles, so I got them, but I don't know where my guys put them. It's on the invoice. I accidentally bought hard candies before that, so we do have organic hard candies too. All right, I called my employee up and he said he put it in the freezer. He put the candy in the freezer by accident, which actually brings us to the other new products, which is some fish we got in. Now I haven't been able to make it to the Fulton Fish Market. I'm definitely not driving there, and it's hard to get a hold of those guys and email or on the phone. So I'd like to go to the Fulton Fish Market in the Bronx and actually do like.
Dodo, $2, do you think that's true?
Dollars are stolen from U.S. welfare programs and sent abroad, there is no credible way to ensure those funds do not enrich jihadists within al-Shabaab. As one confidential source told the Manhattan Institute, the largest funder of al-Shabaab, a Islamist terrorist organization in Somalia, is the Minnesota taxpayer. Listen to that again. The single largest
Like, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. The fraud that was going on was so massive. It's crazy to me that nothing was done about that sooner. Like, within a year, like, didn't the fucking, like, some of these things that were being charged with the, like, food security program they had, it was like 10x what it was the year previously. Like, it makes no sense. And all those, like, daycare centers and shit, like, it's just absolute bullshit. So it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not entirely sure if that's, like, completely true. That Minnesota taxpayers, okay, I literally can't watch that on stream. New video from Iran shows that security forces didn't just murder anti-regime protesters with live fire, but also running them over with vehicles. I can't show that on stream, but yeah, they were running people over. That's fucked. Because a lot of terrorist groups, they make money by selling drugs. Crystal meth is the biggest one right now. Epstein was probably a Russian spy, says Tusk. Pedophilia scandal co-organized by intelligence services in Moscow. Epstein worked for Israel. Oh my god, it's all over the files, and the media is actively attempting to bury it and muddy the waters. Considering some of the people he hung out with, like Musk, who has talked directly with Putin for whatever fucking reason, Donald Trump, who has had a weird relationship with fucking Putin, and the entire Republican Party was infiltrated by Russian spies. But, so, like, it's just weird to say that, oh, no, it was Israel, Russia had nothing to do with it, but make no mistake about it, Putin wasn't staying in Epstein's apartment, former Israeli PM, Ehud Barak was, though. Well, how is fucking Putin, like, that is just so fucking stupid. Like, my god, that's idiotic. She's such a dumb bitch, dude. Men definitely can have baggage too. Lol, men will get cheated on, have trust issues forever. It's human nature. Stock's husband has met Schaefer many times, but did not know about their sexual relationship when he proposed. This recording, Stock can be heard admitting to the affair, adding that she does not plan to tell her husband about it. What is this about? Oh, this is her. I see. Yeah, that all makes sense. Fucking dumb bitch. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
I don't care if they're cool, they are an invasive and therefore must be killed for the ecosystem regardless of the herbivores or not, just like how we exterminated invasive goats in the Galapagos to protect the tortoises there.
Yeah, but they're iguanas, you know. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Get better prices on a more variety of fish over there, but we haven't done that yet. At least we still have some stuff. So I guess we're taking a shortcut to the freezer. I wanted to show you guys the Iberico sausage patties. The new breakfast sausage that we made is like really delicious. I did a new blend of herbs and spices. we made this sausage ourselves the first time. The spice blend, that is. So we have a limited amount of breakfast sausage, which is poached. This is lightly poached to the perfect temperature. Thermometer every single sausage. But we also have raw sausage patties. This is really delicious, guys. If you try this out, please let me know how you like it. I think it's the best breakfast sausage we've made so far, and I'm really excited about it. I've been like avoiding herbs for some reason, but I actually put like some fresh sage and thyme and stuff in here. It really made a huge difference. We have a lot of ice. Little wall of ice over here. So this is some of the new stuff. So we have yellowfin tuna steaks. This is completely new. Yellowfin tuna is new. What is that? Bro, this...
LOL, it makes perfect sense that Epstein and Trump secretly worked for Israel because the illegal state is known to be a safe haven for all the pedophiles in the world. Fuck Trump, fuck ICE.
This company gives me someone's wrong order every other week. I don't know why. I don't know why. I didn't order this. You guys think I ordered this? Oh God, I should start a side business with how many, dude, and I contact them and they don't care. They don't care. This I didn't order. Dude, I should take this home for dinner, man. I don't think I've had these since I was a kid. Totino's Pizza Poppers? No, I mean, it's not organic and it's not a great ingredient list, but it's probably healthier than Totino's. That's funny. How much would you, if you guys give me like $5 grand, I'll go home and eat this shit for dinner. Have pizza poppers and gluten-free mini eclairs. You guys know I don't do anything that's not organic. All right, what's over here? That's we restocked the shrimp and scallops. So those aren't new there, but we do have some other new seafood if I could find it. I think it was over there last time. Yeah, my guys put it over here. So what's also completely new is we have mussels. New Zealand half-shell mussels, and we have coho salmon. So in addition to sockeye salmon, we have coho salmon. So 3 new fish products, tuna steaks, coho salmon, and mussels. Oh, also orange roughy. I didn't really want to buy this because, oh no, that's some cod, but there's orange roughy somewhere around here. So we have 4 completely new fish products available. And here's my...
Adam was in a psych ward recently. His condition is seemingly getting worse. Well, that doesn't surprise me. The guy is nuts to begin with, and he keeps smoking weed, which, if you have schizophrenia, that is known to make you go crazier. So, yeah. He needs to stop smoking weed and take whatever meds he needs for the psychosis.
Here's my Skittles I wanted so badly. Yum Earth, organic, sour Skittles, and regular Skittles. You know, some people actually, they freeze dry these. There's like a whole thing where they freeze dry these. But man, there's a lot in here. And then I have to make 2 trips. So on FrankieStrangeFoods.com. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm hoping, I think we can do it. If you place an order on the foods website and you want us to combine it with your meat order.
This is really weird. So he's selling Skittles now?
We can do it. You just got to leave a note. I'd honestly like to combine both websites eventually, but it's just too much stuff. You know, this is all the food stuff, the non-perishable stuff.
Yeah, Skittles shred my mouth too. I was never a big fan of Skittles. Pee pee poo poo bum bum. Goddamn, dude, I am fucking cooked after that workout.
Your choice. I'm just showing you what I see and what I think. You guys can make your own minds. Do you agree with me or not? Down below, comments. All right, the next physique update we got is something pretty freaking nasty.
Dodo Nutellers, let's not forget that Epstein provided Russian girls to Bill Gates, who gave him the STD. Well, yeah. There seems to be more Russian connections than Israeli connections. Like, all they can say is some Israeli former president visited him. Media is still missing the biggest story in the Epstein emails. The emails show Epstein helped Russia blackmail Donald Trump. He was advising Putin's circle on how to control the U.S. president. Trump is compromised. Well, that would make sense. Churkin was great. He understood Trump after our conversations. Not complex. Must be seen to get something. He must be seen to get something. It's that simple. I'll meet Lavrov's assistant on Monday and will suggest thank you for a lovely evening. I'll come to un high-level week. That's not an English speaker. Think you might suggest to Putin that Lavrov can get insight on talking to me. Vitally, Churkin used to, but he died. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. With why Trump is so compromised. So, yeah. And a lot of these girls were from these kind of like weird, shitty Soviet territories. Jesus, Epstein had been to more Russian towns than most Russians. Jeffrey Epstein traveled across much of Russia in search of kids for his parties. In the files linked to the convicted sex trafficker, Moscow alone appears nearly 10,000 times. Yeah. Well, that's starting to make sense. It also makes sense why Trump is so sensitive about the Epstein thing, because I think he knows that there seems to be a picture, coming together where it's not just about him being guilty of, fucking underage girls. It also implicates him with Putin. Thanks for the... Oh, wait. Is there one more? Yeah. Yeah, somebody already sent that. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Again, I don't give a shit if there are iguanas. They are an invasive species and violate the rights of native species regardless if they are herbivores, and therefore killing them is totally justified to protect native species.
What if we just get all the iguanas and keep them as pets and cuddle with them? Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
From Wesley Wissers, and it was about time that we actually see something was would think that he's
Skittles? That's anther of Frankie's trademark theft.
I mean, he's not the one making them. I think he just called them Skittles. Thanks for the donation, though. Lol, MAO. Yeah, he's got some pretty sick delts.
Oh, and over there, too, I'd like to keep separate. But I was really craving Skittles last week. I don't really want them that badly now, so I do want to show you guys the bag, though. So this is what I actually thought were Skittles, and I accidentally bought these organic hard candies. which are nice because you're not actually eating a crazy amount of sugar. I tried these, they're pretty good.
They're made out of sugar.
It's nice to just have something sweet
What does he think hard candies are made out of?
and knock down that sugar craving with having something that's natural, organic, and high quality. I had a bag or two of these over the weekend. Because although I was upset that they weren't Skittles, I was like, you know what? You know, if someone doesn't want...
He's fucking dumb. Dodo donates $2. Wow. There's fireflies over here. In the summer, you can see them. It's pretty interesting how their butts glow. Be cool if I could make my butt glow. Kamala Harris is teasing a big announcement tomorrow. What will it be? I don't know. I don't know. What's Mr. Kidders doing? Oh no, he's trying to break into his Meow Mix. Meow Mix is kind of shitty cat food. Look at him. Meow, meow. Yeah, Gum Gum tries to get all the food. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. 21st on $8, you can see Frank's dirty, long, disgusting fingernails, and he's kneading sourdough bread with those fingers. Disgusting, yeah. Yeah, and you see him, like, randomly touching fucking food that's supposed to be sold and shit. It's really fucked. Thanks for the donation, 21st.
Want to eat that much sugar, hard candies are good on because, you know, you suck on them for a long time and your calorie intake isn't that high. Yeah, because you have 5 pieces of this, it's only 11 grams of sugar, right? But if you start crushing bags of these Skittles, 5 servings per container. You know, if you crush a bag of these Skittles, it's 150 grams of sugar. So we got organic regular Skittles.
They're called Giggles.
I guess we gotta call them Giggles for copyright purposes. And then we got the sour ones. I mean, if I'm honest with you guys, you know, it's not the best ingredient list, but it's better than regular Skittles. So although
it is literally exactly the same.
I definitely wouldn't have these more than a few times a month. For kids,
it's just pure sugar.
Kids that are going to have this stuff regardless, it's a great option. You know, I'll say it again. I don't consider these healthy. I don't consider these good for you. There's a few things in here like palm oil and natural flavors, and even these fruit and vegetable currings aren't that good for you. However, better than Skittles. Yeah, so those are a few of the
It's exactly the same.
new things that are at the top of my brain. The candy, the new fish products, the new breakfast sausage blend that was really delicious. Pure sourdough, we've just been cranking everything out. Like, everything's pretty much available. All the different breads, all the different pastries. And we're trying to kind of improve and keep the quality control good. It's hard at this point, you know, we have such a vast array of products, you know, to keep everything in stock and high quality. Oh, how could I forget, dude? The most important thing today, the produce came in just today. I gotta come in early tomorrow and we gotta strip this out. So the thing I should have said first that I completely forgot in this vlog is you guys placed the produce orders. It was delayed about 2 weeks. I almost didn't get an account with this company because I sent them the wrong LLC and it came back and they couldn't get a credit report on it. But I sent them the correct LLC, the credit report passed, and thankfully now we have produce.
Watch this and then do an impression of him. Also, I love iguanas.
Harvard has cured, Dr. Pollan up at Harvard has cured schizophrenia using keto diets. There are studies right now that I saw 2 days ago where people lose their bipolar diagnosis by changing their diet. It's not only affecting our physical health, it's affecting our mental health as well. And we're asking people now, eat real food. I eat protein.
This guy is so fucking retarded. Dr. Pollan at Harvard has cured schizophrenia using keto diets. When I was a young boy in school, I had trouble reading, and it might have been because of my schizophrenia, but I took heroin, and that helped for a time, but then I started taking too much heroin, and I had to switch to a ketogenic diet. Fucking idiot. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. That is insane. This is the health secretary. Like, what the fuck? Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Emma donated $2. Trump was compromised, all right, not by Russia. Let me see. FBI report citing confidential human source released in the final batch Epstein files. Okay, Trump is being compromised by Israel. What is this? Believed Dershowitz was co-opted by Mossad. Advised that this was real collusion. Trump is being compromised by Israel, and Kushner is there. Okay, I don't know. Thanks for the donation, dude.
I might have to give away $1,000 worth of produce a week to meet the minimums, but
I don't know what the fuck
I'm
that
excited.
even is.
This is something I've wanted for a while. We have any USDA organic produce you can get or imagine. Now we have it. However, I can't necessarily just go full a la carte, and I might have to keep the produce packages for now because the orders weren't crazy high. We didn't get a crazy amount of orders, but I'm not gonna show you guys everything. I might film a separate video, but we'll take a quick look at everything right now. I'm not going to start tearing through this. It's a whole pallet and a half of produce, but you know, we have the organic cauliflower that goes in the vegetable package.
I discovered that the food pyramid was upside down the whole time and that schizophrenia and bipolar disorder is cured by the ketogenic diet and eating protein.
Yeah, this is not a smart man. He may also be insane. Thanks for the donation, RFK Jr.
This looks like organic romaine hearts. This is part of the lettuce package. Look, really, I'd be happy if I got this, really beautiful, high quality organic produce. The lettuce leaves look amazing, no browning, very fresh. They didn't have heirloom tomatoes, so this was the substitute. Oh no, these are, I guess, a different type of heirloom tomato. So that's also in the vegetable package with the cauliflower. Those are some of the shiitake mushrooms for the mushroom package. We got Driscoll, very expensive organic strawberries. They ran out of the cheaper ones. So those are very expensive strawberries.
W donate $2. Frank Tufano is anti-Semitic, hates Jewish people. Yeah, we know that.
Oh, I don't think I showed you guys the deodorant logo is me like sniffing a stench. You guys should have seen the original logo I was going to put on this. You would have got deplatformed off YouTube for sure. Deplatformed off YouTube for sure. Let's just say I had a very big nose and I might have been rubbing my hands together while sniffing.
Yep. Thanks for the donation, W.
Just our cost is like $8 or $9 a box. We might lose money on the fruit because we have to substitute that. Like here we have some organic thyme leaves. This is part of the herb package. Over here, organic bananas.
Would you try a jar of Frankie's hand-cranked white tomato sauce? It's made with love. That's what makes it extra white.
No, I definitely would not try that. Thanks for the donation, 21st.
No, VG, the reason the iguanas are there in the first place is because people kept them as pets and then released them into the wild when they didn't want them anymore. That's why it's now illegal to own an iguana in Florida and they kill it if you do.
That's fucked up. Well, thanks for the donation, Dodo.
We tried to buy the yellow ones, but they ran out. So I think they sent us green ones instead. Still organic bananas. There we have some organic kiwis. Organic kiwis for the fruit package. These are organic mixed bell peppers. That's part of the vegetable package, I believe. And then organic cucumbers. Those are organic shallots. Those are part of the urban seasoning package. Maybe I do have to start digging through this to show you guys more. Here we have parsley. That's part of the herb package, just parsley, organic flat leaf parsley. What is that? Brussels sprouts, part of the vegetable package. I don't know what's in there. They got ice on it. More Brussels.
W don't need $2. What are your thoughts? Interesting post and discussion in the comments section. Debt estimate seems to be that there's several numbers being thrown around, so hopefully I'm caught up with everything here. How much debt is Frank Tufano in exactly? No, for sure he's had at least 12. Can't keep track of the number because he likes saying random numbers, different corrective eye surgeries, and it's at least 200K in debt. Just because the surgeries, he was asking for 400K in his Give, Send, Go. I'm not sure if surgery was part of that 400K, but if that isn't, he is at the very least down 600K just in credit card debt. He has the settlement to pay against Paul Saladino, which is $2.8 million. Well, that hasn't gone through court yet. I think Paul is asking for 2.8, and a jury trial has to be set up to determine what he owes. He also said that Alibaba potato chip machine that he spent $60K in total. Frank Tufano is at least $3 million in debt. That's not including mortgage payments he has to make for his warehouse. Spent $246K. The warehouse, and he's put down 6.61%. With all the debt combined, that's with the settlement, mortgage, the 12 corrective surgeries, potato chip machine, that's actually lemons, more than $3.5 million. Those are the only 4 I can think of that's contributing to his enormous amount of debt he's in. If I'm missing anything. So, as far as I know, the trial with Paul hasn't happened yet. He's on the hook for 2.8 million potentially. But a jury has to determine damages. So he could be awarded that. Paul could be awarded 2.8 million. It could even end up being more. But they're asking for 2.8. So yeah, that sounds about right. Thanks for the donation, W.
Brussels sprouts, baby butter lettuce. I might get something different next time. I thought butter lettuce was green. Oh, you know what? It didn't say it was baby on that product description, which is fine. It's a learning process. Oh, you know what? I am excited for those sweet potatoes. So let's look at one. So Natural Beauty is a farm in California that grows all these different organic sweet potato varieties. These might be the, I think these are the regular, I think these are the garnet ones. I'd have to look at the other ones to tell. But we have these, we have like, there's 3 or 4 different boxes of these organic varieties of sweet potatoes. So tomorrow, when I actually wake up early for once, out of my migraine coma, we'll try to get in here early, and I'll film a YouTube short of all of the different produce packages. So I'll separate all the vegetables into what we're shipping you guys, and I'll take a video of like what you're gonna get. Is there anything else in this fridge I want to show you guys? Restocked all the cheeses last week. That was a big cheese restock because we were out of a lot of the cheeses for a while, but we had pretty much every cheese available. All of the pure sourdough stuff, most of it's in the fridge. like our apple and blueberry Pop-Tarts, chocolate chip muffins, really delicious. I've been having those for breakfast. Of course, I have my chocolate chip cookies every meal for the most part. My chocolate chip cookies, I'll bring some of them home. This is our grass-fed biltong, sliced nice and thin. We're doing the boar bacon cured and smoked too. Fresh roast beef every week, guys. Fresh roast beef every week. We're almost out. Roast turkey as well. Do fresh roast turkey breast, corn and soy free. Fresh grass-fed roast beef every single week. No other company does that. We still have some of these Iberico ham plates. Really cool, you know. Really cool stuff that no one else is doing. And it's affordable too. It's affordable, you know. It's kind of crazy to me because you try to buy a Iberico ham like that anywhere, you're spending $100. So we really try to make everything affordable for you guys.
Is their official account BTW, and let's not forget this is what Dr. Ravi shamefully voted for.
Testified before the House Oversight Committee. This is part of its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. So the former first couple agreeing to appear under threat of contempt. They've been going back and forth for a couple of weeks now. Here's the chairman of that committee, James Comer.
This will be their third date that we've given the Clintons.
Trump should be forced to do this too. The only reason this is happening is because it draws attention away from Trump.
And 3 strikes and you're out. The votes are there for contempt. I think there are Democrats that will vote to hold him in contempt if the Clintons miss this next date. So
more information about that subject here.
So many of
okay, I can take a look. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
We're hopeful that they'll come in.
So now Hillary Clinton will testify on Wednesday, February 26th. The former president appears the next day on the 27th.
Claims that food can cure schizophrenia or bipolar disorder are false and misleading. There's no psychiatrist named Dr. Pollan at Harvard who cured schizophrenia. Michael Pollan is a journalist, not a physician. No clinical trials show diet alone curing severe schizophrenic illness. Yeah. That's who I thought he was talking about, Michael Pollan, the, fucktard. Is their official account, by the way, and let's not forget, this is what Dr. Avi shamefully voted for. Fake meat is in the future. It is ultra-processed food with a marketing budget. What's funny is they say, butter is good for you, which is an ultra-processed food. It's so processed, it's not even considered a food. It's considered a food additive. Real nutrient-dense food is back. Yeah. Fucking retarded. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. $, do you think there's any kind of validity to the moon landing being faked? No.
You guys were concerned about the iguana ban. It has not become law yet.
It looked like something gonna pass. I didn't know it was gonna come this quickly.
The problem with banning them completely is you're also gonna make criminals out of people who may own these animals. Here's a big redfoot. Hey, little buddy, if the pectoral...
Thank you to our...
...tie and see if he had a little bit... So many viewers were concerned about the iguana ban happening here in Florida, if it in fact happens. It has not become law yet.
Right.
But, the way to combat that is to email and call your senators, even if you're not from... Look at this, guys. Pond building can be dangerous from time to time. Anyhow, they're trying to get the gravel into this wetland filter. So, anyway, back to the ban.
Hold up.
Here we are. So what do you think's going on? Let's move away for a second, if you don't mind, because I really want people to understand what's going on, and there's a lot of... What are your thoughts about what's going on with the ban?
Well, right now, it looked like something gonna pass, right? I don't think it's gonna pass as it's written right now. I think the bill's gonna get weakened. Maybe they're gonna put in some kind of rule with licensing, maybe, to keep the iguanas. Economically, there are a lot of iguana breeders here, right? And but I don't think some of the senators understand the economic impact. So I think part of the bill will pass. I've been thinking about this for at least last couple of years about the ban, what's going on in Florida, what's all the invasive and all the public opinions and stuff. So one of the reasons why I've started building this zoo is exactly that. I breed a lot of iguanas, right? As you know, the Cyclura.
Just random vids, only $2. It's a nice little dog eating corn. You're still having no luck with a lotto, lol.
Just found. What will happen before GTA 6? China invades Taiwan, 51% chance. Jesus Christ returns, 49% chance? And you're telling me I could trade on this? But what is...
Astronomically high right now in America. As you can see, we have this little young lady right here standing on this wobbly stool trying to change out the air filter by herself. I mean, where is her man? Where is an able-bodied man?
The Epstein files were just released and you are never going to guess which fitness influencer was found in them. David Protein's chief science officer.
Yeah, we already know that. Thanks for the donation, dude.
And iguana too. And I kinda
Hold on one second. I'm sorry, it's just very loud, but
yeah, the ban that was going to come, and I didn't know it was gonna come this quickly. So having the zoo would allow me, even though they stopped me from breeding iguanas, it would allow me to keep doing what I'm doing with the income that's generated by the zoo. I could do the educational things that I've been doing. I could still do the conservation work. So I kind of foresaw this a little bit, but I didn't think it was going to come this quickly.
Gotcha.
So we are prepared ourselves. I don't know about the rest of the breeders in the Florida. I feel really bad about it. I mean, I already told everyone that we are getting rid of all our breeder pet groups as of this year. So yeah, so this is the reason why I'm going to the next step. I'm trying to always stay ahead of the game.
Right.
So building this iguana land is part of that.
All right, well, very cool. I appreciate you taking the time to answer that. He's so busy right now. I just know a lot of you guys were worried about that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of add my own thoughts about this ban. It's kind of a double-edged sword. We cannot have invasives running around. We've got a lot of iguana here in Florida. You guys know that. And what happens is, you know, anytime you have a species that's out of place, it's gonna be a problem. But the problem with banning them completely is you run the risk of stopping people that have made an income trapping these animals. Now there's no incentive. What I was saying is if somebody then becomes a scofflaw or an outlaw.
Okay, whatever.
I know a lot of you have been asking about the goat colostrum. We did restock that. A lot of you guys want colostrum. We did restock that, so. I'm gonna hop back in the freezer and see if there's anything else I want to show you guys. If any HVAC guys can recommend if this is okay, it's just like a piece of foam here that has plywood on it to fix the freezer door insulation. I'm guessing, I bought a few different types of like rubber gasket seal to take this off and put there instead, but
Dodo and HLR's review this brainless article. This is official U.S. government policy. Water. As far as I know, water's fine. Pea protein isolate. That sounds fine. Canola oil. That sounds fine. Coconut oil. Coconut oil's not great for you, but neither's the saturated fat. Methylcellulose emulsifier. Yeast extract, potato starch, like all these things are fine. Just bizarre. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
I don't know. This might actually be better. I guess on the top there, I don't know. Those porterhouse steaks look really good. They actually look so good. I took one home last week. I think I'm gonna take another one. I've been taking the shaved ribeye for my meals because if I put this in a bowl of hot water, it thaws out in like 10-15 minutes and I can cook it really quick. Picanha looks good. Plenty of raw bacon in stock, raw beef belly sliced. We have plenty of I thought we only had 2-pound pet food. That might be a mislabeling. I guess.
Dodo Donatillers, that was an article of VG. No, it wasn't. You linked me the... Plant-based meat is made from ultra-processed ingredients. Ultra-processed does not mean bad. Like, it's so weird. Like, who cares? This is stupid. Methylcellulose, blah, 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 disrupt gut microbiome, increase gut permeability, contributing to inflammation, insulin resistance, and obesity. No, they literally don't even link to anything about methylcellulose. Diets. This has nothing. So they're just lying. They're literally just lying. There's randomized trials on plant-based meats. So they just cherry-picked research that has nothing to do with what they're claiming. It's fucking retarded. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Never mind, that video was outdated. Here is a better one.
The iguana ban passed here in Florida, and well, if I'm not able to...
I'm not watching that. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Daddy Donatillers, everyone's reply to Dodo. That's great. Thanks for the donation, dude.
I guess they did both. So I guess we have both 1- and 2-pound pet food, and we also just restocked the 5-pound pet food because we did run out. A lot of you guys bought the 5-pound pet food. That's our high-fat grind that's back in stock. Oregon grind is back in stock. Ground chuck is available. 95.5 super duper lean is available. Almost out of Best Burger blend. We have ground beef fat available. Pure ground suet fat if you want to make your own tallow. Some more of the high fat grind. Kind of running low on the local ground beef, but it looks good. Nice deep red color. We've always had the veal brains. We did restock lamb brains this week. I'll see if I could find them. We haven't had the lamb brains in a while. Should I take my eclairs and pizza pockets home? Tomahawk steaks, amazing price point for you guys. Oh, I might do a giveaway for the. We might do like a $500 order gets a free tomahawk steak. Probably gonna happen this week or next week. And here are the lamb brains. Because we have such limited availability on the lamb brains, I figured to just pack them individually so
Who in the fuck
they last a lot
buys
longer.
this shit?
So we have like plenty of lamb brains for you guys. Or the whole head if you'd like to crack in there. And this is all of the special stuff, like the pure sourdough products, like the freshly frozen pizzas. You know, we still have like hamburgers and breakfast sandwiches, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, really, really delicious. Fresh batch of bone broths just went in the freezer today. Those are our pot pies, hot dog buns, bagels. Imagine having a store like this in your city, huh? Imagine. Those are, I think, the blueberry muffins, some raw dough. Our product selection here, guys, from a business perspective is unheard of. I'm about to get frostbite on my fingers, but no one else comes close. It's not even close. The variety, the creativity, how delicious this stuff is, how healthy it is for you, only USDA organic ingredients and glass bottle mineral water. You know, if you've never really gone through our website, Frankie's Strange Meat, there's just such a large selection of stuff. There really is. And I'd like to one day have, you know, I like to combine the foods and the meat website so all the foods are together, but it's just, logistically shipping is hard to do. And I'd also like to combine all of the other websites, like I'd like to combine the Naturals Company, you know, so we have all of the hygiene and cosmetic products, like the toothpaste and everything, all together with the supplements, with the Wi-Fi shielding. I'd like to be able to ship those together, but logistically right now...
T, donate $2. Is it safe for teenagers to use steroids? Depends on what you mean by that. Like, they're the same drug. Like, the drug doesn't change based on what age the person is. So, primary risk of taking steroids if you're a teenager is going to be probably stunted growth, at least if you're using steroids that aromatize. And certain steroids, like I would say like nandrolones in particular, or 19-nors in particular, if you're taking 19-nors alone with nothing else, that may increase risk of like neuropsychiatric disorders. That happens even in adults. Like, you can look at a bunch of people who only ever took 19-nors, like Mike Menser. He was well known for running nandrolone-only cycles. He had horrible, horrible mental health issues. He was admitted to insane asylums numerous times. I think his brother also had serious fucking problems. So, like, but again, you'd expect that sort of thing in adults too. It's just maybe if you're younger, you're going to be more prone
And if
to
you
it.
own a green iguana in Florida without a permit, you need to either rehome it or humanly kill it according to Florida law.
Okay, well, that's not good. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. So, like, a lot of the safety issues with steroids for teenagers is just going to come down to teenagers not knowing what they're doing, taking these drugs irresponsibly, not knowing how to source them properly, not knowing how to manage side effects, not having money to get any ancillary medications that they might need. So, like, it's mostly stuff like that. But basically the same risks that you'd see for adults are also going to apply to teenagers. There's plausibility that some of the neuropsychiatric issues with like 19-nors might be more pronounced in teenage kids with like a developing brain. And aside from that, if you haven't reached your full adult height, they may possibly cause stunted growth. But as far as I'm aware, it hasn't actually been studied, because anecdotally you can find a lot of people like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Apparently when he was either 15 or 16, he was given Dianabol by his pediatrician. Dianabol aromatizes. He reached an adult height of like 6'1" or 6'2". Clavicular, he's 6'2". He started taking testosterone when he was 16. Larry Wheels, I think he's around 6'2". He was taking steroids when he was in his teens, I think 16 or 17. So anecdotally, you see a lot of people who reach pretty tall heights, even when they're taking drugs that aromatize when they're in their teens. So it's just biological plausibility, but I don't know if it actually does stunt growth. Maybe in like ridiculously high doses if you have like a really, really high rate of aromatization. But yeah, as far as I know, there's no randomized trials looking at whether or not it affects growth velocities. Thanks for the donation though, T.
It's just too difficult. And there's just not enough people on an individual basis, like wanting to order from all three of them at once. But I'm sure they would. If it was available, they would. If they were all on the same website, people would always get stuff together. But another big thing in business is, you know, you think you're doing something good to upgrade the facility, and it causes a whole bunch of other issues. So when we upgraded our gas service, now the heaters are blowing out gas soot. And that's because of the pressure increase on it. And what you'd have to do is go up there and take down every single pipe and clean it out. And it's actually cheaper to just turn off these old gas heaters and just put in a new one. So, you know, me thinking I got a great deal, the gas company upgraded my service for free. Now it costs me a few $1,000s in random stuff in this facility. And this end of this gas heat is actually supposed to be vented out the building. But the old owner was trying to like pinch every dime possible. So he didn't want the heat blowing out. He was like, oh, I'm losing heat, but this is illegal. It's carbon monoxide. Very bad, very dangerous. Heater blowing directly into the building here. But there's so much airflow, it's never been an issue. But, you know, staying here long enough, you get a headache, you start smelling the fumes. So because the old owner cheaped out there and left those in, not only do we have a carbon monoxide gas issue, we got gas soot blowing everywhere. So probably gonna have to,
all I see is mass murder and screams.
Well, yeah, that's because that's what it is. Frank's an asshole. Thanks for the donation though, James. Something about this doesn't sound quite right. It sounds like Frank might be lying. And he's the one who had that idea, and he's just blaming it on somebody else.
it's not going to be too expensive, I don't think, because those big heaters to replace that aren't that expensive. But it might be something we have to do now. Could we wait till February, March? I don't know. It's just one disaster after another. I just had I didn't have the plumber come for a while because I didn't want the bad news. Because I knew in my head, like, okay, that's a crazy job, going up there and dismantling it pipe by pipe. We do have a man lift. We have a man lift to make it a lot easier. We have a scissor lift. The problem is the low ceiling over there makes it like impossible to do it. That'd be a ridiculous job. I don't even know how you would do that over there, because that lowered ceiling is in the way. Like 3 or 4 guys on a platforms and a ladder. It's just crazy stuff. It's out of the question. Yeah, the time I would have to pay my guys in labor to go up there and clean those pipes, it would be cheaper to just put up a new heater. It's just ridiculous. It's always something, dude. It's always something. Got our thousands of dollars of monthly water delivery for you guys. I'm the only lunatic that does this. No one else does this. No one else buys thousands of dollars of glass bottled mineral water and puts it in all the products. So whether you're having a loaf of sourdough bread or our bone broth, you know it's literally glass bottled mineral water. And all these other companies that are selling products for, if another company is selling a product for anywhere close to our price, just know that ours is 2 to 3 times better. You know, any other company selling these types of products, I'm not exaggerating, it would be double or triple the price every single time. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the new products. We're gonna do, I think, an egg giveaway on TikTok, probably. I gotta go film that now, I almost forgot. I think we'll do an egg giveaway on TikTok, and we'll...
I am just so happy that Florida will drowning underwater once climate change gets out of hand.
I mean, Florida is nice and warm. I don't know if I'd want that. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Dodo donated $2 congressman.
Hi. Nice to see you. Any comments about the Board of Peace, sir?
You're a reprehensible little gnome. Would you please go away? I do not want you by me. I do not want...
I was asking you about
Look,
the Board
I
of
am
Peace.
tired of the 25 years you've been here. Go away.
Ooh, what a mean, nasty member of Congress.
How are they allowed to even go in there? They should just be shot on sight, dude.
Why do you feel it is appropriate to use an official White House event to promote your documentary?
So I asked the First Lady that question because at today's White House event, she encouraged people to go see her film for more on her initial meeting with Aviva Siegel. And I'm hearing major concerns from ethics experts and hostage advocates about that.
This is not promotion. We are here celebrating the release of the hostages of Aviva and Keith. They were in Washington, D.C. They called me. They said they would like to come over to thank me and to give hugs, and that's why we are here. It has nothing to do with promotion.
Melania's pretty hot, especially when she was younger. She was fucking smoking.
Back in January of 2025, Melania Trump sat down for a meeting with Aviva Siegel. She is a freed hostage of Hamas who was advocating at the time for the release of her husband, Keith. And that moment was a major scene in the First Lady's new documentary, which came out just last week. And Trump noted that as the Siegels came to the Blue Room for a visit.
It was an emotional meeting, and
like... Dude, every single administration has had such more important and worse controversies. Like, you know, it's kind of like how people didn't take the whole Stormy Daniels thing, you know, the federal indictment, seriously. It's like, okay, well, whatever. He paid a fucking prostitute. Like, who cares?
Saif Gaddafi, the son of deceased Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi, has been shot dead. His chief political advisor says a four-man... Saif Gaddafi, the son of deceased Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi, has been shot dead. His chief political advisor says a four-man hit team killed him in his house in Zintan in northwestern Libya.
Well, what do you expect?
According to associates, he'd recently begun pushing for political reconciliation and harbored hopes of a return to relevance. In his heyday, he was one of the most powerful men in Libya, trusted by his father to rehabilitate the North African nation's international standing following Libya's infamous Lockerbie bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 in 1988 that killed 270 people, mostly Americans. He brokered the end of his father's nuclear ambitions as European leaders rewarded the oil-rich nation with business contracts. In 2009, after several years of behind-scenes diplomacy, Saif helped secure the return of convicted Lockerbie bomber, Libyan Abdul Basit al-Megrahi, from jail in Scotland. He worked to release reformed jihadists from jail in Libya and soften his father's brutal image. But when the country turned on his father in 2011, eventually deposing and executing him, Saif threatened the revolutionaries and his former Western allies. He then went on the run himself, fleeing for his life before being captured and taken prisoner inside Libya. By the time he was freed in 2017, the International Criminal Court had a warrant out for his arrest for crimes against humanity. He kept a low profile until his bid for a return to political life. Saif Gaddafi's team urged the Libyan judiciary, the international community, the United Nations, and human rights organizations to launch an investigation into his death.
No, I'm fine with him being dead. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Social media. So what happened is you really wanted to make sure you had sponsors. Health. No one talked about that. Rich Gaspari here. We have another episode of Beyond the Muscle, and I have my good friend and guest, Dave Glumbo, well-known top bodybuilder in the industry, as well as owner of Species Nutrition and RX Muscle. Great to have you on the show.
It's great to have you back. And he was so popular this last show, I had to come back.
Yeah, I got the Collins next show.
Yeah.
And here we're going to talk a little bit about
In December 2011, a prisoner presented to the emergency room with blurred vision, shortness of breath, nausea, and limb weakness. He told the admitting nurse that he thought he was having food poisoning at first, but food poisoning doesn't blur your vision. He told the admitting nurse that he thought he was having a food allergy, but food allergies don't cause your limbs to become weak. As the hours passed, the prisoner patient started becoming unable to use his arms and legs. He's no longer able to breathe on his own as he's intubated and a tube is put down his throat for a machine to breathe for him. He can still hear. It looks like he can still respond to pain, but he's now trapped in a body that can't breathe for itself, can't speak for itself, and can't move by itself. This wasn't food poisoning. Down the hallway in the hospital, several more prison inmates get admitted for the same muscle.
In other news, the Young Turks are at it again.
This was the last family standing in Ras Ain al-Auja, the largest Bedouin community in the southern Jordan Valley. Now they're being forced to leave a place that many generations of their family have called home because of relentless Israeli settler attacks. Burning homes, vandalizing property, and assaulting residents. The UN warned 72,000 farming and herding.
You know, I'm willing to bet if you look into these stories, like, it's probably a matter of them starting it first and then the Israeli settlers, like, finishing it. So they'll do something stupid, like threaten them, attack them, vandalize their vehicles or something, and then, you know, the Israelis are like, okay, fuck you people, get the fuck out, and then they play victim. It's just what they do.
Families in the occupied West Bank now require urgent emergency assistance.
Federal taxes that get taken out, just understand that
yeah, the taxpayers are paying for Palestinian. Who cares? Nobody fucking cares. Cry about it as if you give a shit.
Muscle weakness, blur.
Like, this is the same dumb bitch who doesn't want Trump to intervene in Iran after Iran killed 50,000 of their own citizens. Like, she doesn't care. She just hates Jews. She does not give two fucking shits about brown people, foreigners, Muslims. She could not fucking care two shits how many of these people die. As long as she can somehow blame Israel for something bad, that's all she cares about.
Blurred vision and shortness of breath. Very quickly, doctors find out that all of them have botulism. But where did this come from? State
That is really weird.
investigators were quickly notified and started searching. In one of the prisoners' cells behind the toilet, they
Were they making fucking prison wine?
found trash bags full of a fermented
Yeah.
brew of potatoes and canned fruit used to make Pruno, also known as prison wine. Investigators also find a sock in the cell that was used to filter fruit juice
Oh my
in
God.
preparation for the production of Pruno. This sock was only used for one batch, and when they tested the sock, it was positive for Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria that makes botulinum toxin, which causes botulism a neuroparalytic disease. The reason why botulism is deadly is because it paralyzes the respiratory muscles. It causes patients to stop breathing. Just before he became paralyzed, the prisoner who made the wine said that he used a baked potato from the cafeteria for just a single batch that involved a sock. When investigators looked, they suspected that the potato was the source of the Clostridium botulinum. Potatoes are in abundant contact with soil, which has Clostridium botulinum, but toxin isn't made unless the bacteria is in the right conditions. And this potato was kept in a warm, moist environment to produce the prison wine. And in these conditions, bacterial spores germinate and toxin is produced, leading to this tragedy.
Yep.
Most of us won't be making pruno anytime soon, but some of us may be canning foods. And if you're not careful, that's a condition whereby botulinum toxin can be created. And this is why the story is so important. This outbreak.
Well, if you ever get locked up, stay away from the prison wine. That's pretty dumb. Oh, here we go.
Use it or lose it. If testes make testosterone, but your body's now getting testosterone from a medicine source, when you didn't need it, you're not using your testes anymore, so you'll lose them. They shrink. In December 2025, the FDA hosted a panel to hear reasons why access to testosterone therapy should be opened up. If you're an adult, two things happened in our lifetime. First, in
There's a very simple reason why testosterone therapy should have greater access, and that's because people can do whatever the fuck they want. Like, it's just fucking retarded. Like, this idea that somebody else can make fucking decisions for you is just fucking stupid. Like, this is why communism fucking failed. It's because the state thought, oh, we're smarter than you, we're better than you, we can make your own financial decisions for you, we can decide what happens in the economy, we can decide what you eat, where you go to work, all this shit, and then the society just completely fucking collapsed and failed. Like, why would we have the same fucking policy, like, or same mindset for anything else? Oh, we're better than you, we're smarter than you, even though you have your own fucking agency and you can think for yourself, we're just gonna say, no, you don't do that. Like, fuck you. If we're going to allow people to have the agency to, like, drink fucking alcohol, smoke cigarettes, eat, like, shitty fucking processed foods, then, like, the idea that people shouldn't have the agency to decide whether or not they want to go on steroids, like, go fuck yourself. So, again, anything that makes you fat, sick, and fucking stupid, government's totally fine with you taking, but for some reason, drugs that make you big and strong, oh no, no. Those aren't good for you. We're gonna, like, ban those and make it hard to get, even if you need it medically. Like, fuck right off. Just bullshit.
2015, the FDA started requiring all prescription testosterone products to have a warning. Taking this might increase your risk of heart attacks and strokes. The second is that the number
Yep, and they don't.
of people taking testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, has sharply increased. It's been 10 years now. We think we have some more information now. A trial determined that in men who are taking TRT because they need it and either have or are at high risk of cardiovascular disease have the same incidence of cardiovascular problems as people taking placebo, meaning it doesn't look like TRT causes heart problems in these patients. If you don't meet both of these criteria...
Oh my god, what a retarded thing to say. If you don't see higher incident rate in people who literally already have fucking heart disease, then why the fuck would you expect to see a higher incident rate of people who don't have heart disease? You fucking moron.
Then you are not one of these patients. We could argue about...
Wait, let me back up. What? Like, why would this be assumed? It's just so retarded. So, so TRT isn't dangerous for people who already have heart disease, but it might be dangerous for people who don't have heart disease? Why would that be your fucking conclusion?
patients. We could argue about the details of this trial all day,
Fucking
but
stupid.
this will be a never-ending fight no matter how many studies are done. In the future, we're going to see an FDA run by different people warn about the same issue as before or something else regarding TRT. And here's one reason why. Humans naturally make testosterone. Some people make more than others, but you need some to function normally. When the studied intervention is an endogenous substance already produced for normal function, there's always going to be some new confounder that's not adjusted for in the study. We think we know everything, but we don't. And the more people you include in the study, the more noise that appears in the data, bringing you further away from the truth. No side is right, and you must do what you need to protect yourself. Now, the second thing, the average testosterone levels in men appear to have been declining for many years now. Why? There's an unreasonable amount of messaging out there, and some of it really is just noise. Most people default to a one-dimensional solution. Just insert testosterone into the body, but you have to be very careful of that.
He made the explicit claim that TRT doesn't increase incident rate in the population that was studied, which is people who already have established heart disease. So the implication is it could increase incident rate in people who don't have established heart disease. Why would you make that assumption? If the incident rate doesn't increase with people who already are at high risk, why would it increase incidence at people who are at low risk? It's just outrageously fucking stupid. Donate $2. What is that tiny green dot around the middle of your camera? What? What are you talking about? Looks like damage from laser or something similar to this.
First lasers ever built in that regard.
What are you... I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen the video where he damaged his sensor. There's no green dot in my camera. I think your fucking computer screen has a thing.
Hormones are always scary. They're on a seesaw in the body. If you add one, something else gives. If you take away another, something else compensates. And the changes can be permanent. Use it or lose it. If testes make testosterone...
Dude, it just frustrated the ever-living fuck out of me. The amount of fucking people asking me, what'll happen if you stop taking testosterone? Why would I stop? It's like seeing somebody eat food and then asking them, what'll happen if you stop eating food? Well, why would you stop eating? It's just fucking dumb.
But your body's now getting testosterone from a medicine source. When you didn't need it, guess what? You're not using your testes anymore, so you'll...
I see the green dot. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you asshole. Fuck you.
Lose them. They shrink, and it could render one infertile permanently. If testosterone really is low, think of another dimension. Exercise, sleep well, eat well. Those will bring you towards your optimal self without needing to take anything. Try those first, everything together. Don't cherry pick, and let your body do what it naturally does. If you don't need to put it in your body, don't put it in.
What does he mean if you don't need to put it in your body? Oh, okay. Do you need to eat carrots? No. Do you need to eat broccoli? No. Okay. Well, if you can eat, live off of just rice and a multivitamin, well, just do that, right? You don't need to eat any other food. It's just fucking retarded. This guy's a fucking dumb bitch beta male.
In your body. If you do need it, work with your doctor in person, not a website.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Go to the doctor because you have literally every symptom of hypogonadism. Get tested. And then the test shows you have fucking hypogonadism. And then your fucking doctor will say, well, your testosterone's low but I don't know if I feel comfortable prescribing you TRT. Maybe come back in 3 months and get the test again and see how things go. And then you're a fucking idiot and you listen to your fucking doctor. You get the test again, still shows you have hypogonadism, and then he's like, well, yeah, you do have hypogonadism. The test shows that it didn't improve. But have you tried, like, I don't know, taking a supplement, or maybe trying getting better sleep, or like minimizing stress, because that could cause it. And then you're like, yeah, I've done all that. Like, it doesn't help. I'm miserable, depressed, have no fucking energy, constant fucking brain fog, no sex drive. Like, you can list off every fucking symptom, and then they still just won't give you the prescription because these fucking idiots, even though they're fucking doctors, don't know shit about fucking anything, and they'll literally lie to you saying, oh, well, it increases risk of heart disease. I don't like the idea of you having to be on this medication for the rest of your life. Imagine a fucking doctor not wanting to prescribe meds, but they'll hand out fucking, like, antipsychotics, SSRIs, antidepressants and shit like fucking candy. Wasn't too fucking long ago that they'd sell you fucking, what is it? The painkillers like fucking candy, and got a bunch of people addicted to that shit, and then made a bunch of fucking crack addicts. Like, but yeah, they'll come up with all these stupid, dumb fucking excuses not to actually prescribe you a drug you actually fucking need. It's just medically proven you need this fucking drug to be able to function normally and feel happy and healthy. Then you go to another doctor, they do the same fucking thing to you. Then you go to a third doctor, they're finally able to willing to prescribe you the fucking medication. But guess what? Because they still have this dumb fucked retard brain where, well, let's just make sure your testosterone doesn't go over like 500. 500's like right in the middle of the range. And then they'll give you the fucking med. And then, you get a blood test. Your test is at 700. Oh, that's too high. We got to take you off the medication. I'm not prescribing it to you anymore. Yeah, that's what you fucking need. A fucking retarded ass doctor. Like, I love how this guy doesn't acknowledge that, like, testosterone is so fucking stigmatized for a variety of fucking reasons. Like, one, we have this gay bitch feminized cuck faggot fucking society where, like, being masculine and having high testosterone and being manly is just demonized. It's like icky. Two, because of like this weird fucking thing the government did where they just wanted to control who can win a gold medal at the Olympics. They put out all this fucking bullshit about how steroids are bad and, oh, they're used by evil people to cheat in sports. And then fucking doctors start believing this horse shit, and they just don't want to prescribe testosterone for that reason. And they're told all this fucking horse shit about how testosterone will increase your risk of a fucking heart attack or something, which isn't true. We already know this. And then, like, it's impossible to get a fucking prescription. So, like, I love how this guy doesn't acknowledge any of those fucking problems, and he's like, oh yeah, talk to your doctor, the fucking retard who will prescribe you all these other fucking medications that will fuck your life up. They'll prescribe you antipsychotics that cause fucking brain damage. They'll give you anti-anxiety and antidepressant meds that will make you more depressed, fucking sexually incompetent. They also have like some of them at least have like really horrible withdrawal symptoms too. Or they'll prescribe you like fucking pain meds that'll like turn you into a fucking crack addict. But like, yeah, they're apprehensive about fucking testosterone. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah, listen to a fucking doctor. Be a dumbass.
Let's face it, VG. The only reason this guy hates steroids so much is because he hates masculinity.
Oh, dude, it's just... It's fucking outrageous. I think an American studio made the last Ninja Gaiden game, right? Who is the developer? Oh, it was Platinum Games. It was Platinum Games / Team Ninja. Team Ninja is American, right?
Put the tomahawks on the website.
No, they're Japanese. What the fuck? Oh wow, so they're gay too. Like this is a great example. So the main character in the Ninja Gaiden games, up until now, has been Ryu Hayabusa. Fucking big, jacked, muscular fucking guy. And then you know what they fucking did? They made this fucking beta male twink little faggot the new main character. Like this is what they're trying to fucking do. So you have this fucking jacked fucking main character dude. He was the only character, well, aside from the stupid Rachel missions and shit, that you play as in the other fucking games. And then, oh, let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Like Ghost of Yotai. You know, you had the fucking samurai guy. What was his name? Jin something in the previous game? Let's make the new character some fucking bitch. Yeah, let's have you play as samurai bitch. Because, you know, like a fucking middle-aged woman is going to be able to fight hundreds of fucking men, right? Like this is what they're fucking doing. It's retarded. They're like, oh dude, and don't get me started with the fucking Star Wars films. Like, holy fuck. They're doing everything to make men seem like stupid, weak, and incompetent. And then they're making women like stronger than men. And you're just seeing like so many of these like weird skinny twink dudes everywhere. Like it's crazy. And then like there's this fucking horse shit about fucking steroids. But alcohol is okay? Like we literally have a society where like there's alcohol ads all over the fucking place. We know alcohol causes cancer, liver disease, kidney disease. It contributes to Alzheimer's dementia. You can advertise alcohol. You can buy it in the store without a prescription as much as you fucking want. But then a drug that makes you big and strong, that's regulated. That's a Schedule 3 fucking substance. You can only get it through a fucking doctor, and most doctors won't prescribe it to you, even when you fucking need it. It's a complete fucking joke, dude. Don't listen to the government. Don't listen to fucking doctors. Don't listen to society, because they're trying to set you up to fucking fail. They want you to be a weak, stupid, fat fucking loser so they can fucking control you. But anyway,
At a certain price. Yeah, I mean, the new stuff is what keeps me going, gets me excited, you know. You know, it's hard, it's hard. Following a healthy diet, a healthy lifestyle, it's difficult, and being able to offer you guys these products and trying to keep them as affordable as possible, you know, it's got to give myself something every week to look forward to, otherwise I lose my mind. So in regards to like new stuff we're getting in to do, I mentioned the pasta extruder earlier on. I'm excited. Hopefully the machine works. That's what I'm worried about. But I can resell that machine for 15, 20 grand if I listed it and waited and was patient. It's a super.
Andrew Corvin donated $2. Interesting. Never understood the mechanism behind roid-induced skin aging. Guess you can't have it all. Well, it reduced. So, what is it? What can happen with testosterone and masteron? Those are masteron, especially. This does happen with testosterone if you take extremely high doses without any other anabolics. It reduces collagen synthesis and what's the other one? Elastin production. So estrogen increases collagen and elastin synthesis, and testosterone kind of inhibits it. If you use like a decent amount of testosterone and you don't inhibit aromatization, it's not a problem. It kind of balances out. But when you start to use very high doses of testosterone and you end up needing to use like aromatase inhibitors, even if your estrogen is still relatively high, like between 60 and 80, you're still going to get inhibition of collagen and elastin. If you use drugs like nandrolone, boldenone, I think Anavar can help, and growth hormone certainly helps. That increases collagen and elastin. You don't really run into that issue. And again, like, I was actually surprised when I heard of this. Andrew Jacked is fucking 41 years old. I was really surprised. I thought he was way younger. I thought this guy was like probably around my age. Andrew Jacked is 41. He looks pretty damn good for 41. He looks younger, if you ask me. Like, he doesn't have the most, like, perfect glowing skin, but again, he doesn't look old for his age. I thought he was younger, like at least 5 years younger. What's his name? Some of this might have to do with like being black. You know, black don't crack. But who's the other guy? Samson Dauda. Samson Dauda is I think either 38 or 39. And again, he does not look bad for his age at all. Again, I actually was surprised that he was almost 40. So if you're using like testosterone along with other drugs like boldenone or nandrolone and growth hormone, it prevents some of that reduction in collagen and elastin synthesis, and you just end up looking fine. Mike O'Hearn, like, he's been using steroids since he was like in his 20s. This guy is almost like 60 now. I think he's like 57 or 58 or 59. You can't fucking tell me this guy looks like he's almost fucking 60. Like, I know he's gotten some cosmetic procedures. He's probably gotten some Botox. He's definitely gotten lip fillers. You can't tell me, like, if you didn't know who this guy was, you'd think he's 60. He does not look like a fucking 60-year-old man. And this guy has been using steroids since he was, like, probably in his early 20s. Like, you can look at American Gladiators and shit like that. So, yeah, this guy has been using steroids for quite a while. And, like, again, he's almost fucking 60. He does not look like he has, like, substantive skin aging or rough skin or anything. So it entirely depends on how you use these drugs.
People look really old on steroids. And one of the reasons is the overexpression of matrix metalloproteinases, or MMPs, and the underexpression of tissue inhibitors of MMPs. It's similar to UV photo damage. When you get UV photo damage, MMPs go up, TIMPs go down. Based off of the amount of damage, the skin is remodeling. But it's overexpressing, so it's actually degrading collagen and elastin. The more damage that you get to the skin, the more it has to repair and overexpress and breaks things down. Steroids can do a very similar thing because it overexpresses the androgen receptor, essentially, which causes a similar thing. Some androgen expression is really good in that it can actually, testosterone can actually increase collagen and elastin, but too much, and especially the conversion into DHT, can remodel the extracellular matrix in a detrimental and negative way, end up making your skin look a lot older. So
yeah, so it's kind of like I said. It entirely depends on how you use these drugs.
like 20 years older after getting super jacked, right? So when you grow really
You know, he got a lot leaner, for one thing. Just being bigger makes you look older. So, like, if you're skinny, like, you just have more, like, younger features. Like, you'd expect a younger person to be smaller. If you're much bigger, you just look older. It's kind of like, you know, those old photos of, like, your parents or something. They, like, just the fashion at the time and stuff like that, it makes you look older because, like, you expect an older person to wear certain clothes. And when you see younger people dress in, like, old-timey outfits and, like, you know, dress shirts and, you know, it's kind of that effect.
Be fast from anabolic steroids.
But he's also, like, super ridiculously lean. Like, no shit. Like you're going to end up seeing a lot more of these skin creases and, like, bones sticking. Like, it's just a weird comparison. So, yeah, like, it might have affected his skin to some degree, but I also think people freak out about this shit way too much. If you're a female, you definitely want to look younger. If you're a man, looking older is not a bad thing. You're going to look more manly. Like, you just look more distinguished. Most women are going to find you more attractive, so who the fuck cares?
The dermis cannot keep up with the rapid expansion, and the extracellular matrix then becomes extremely disorganized. This triggers a lot of inflammation and poor remodeling of the skin. But topicals like GHK copper can actually have a counteracting effect on the negative effects of rapid growth by increasing tissue inhibitors of matrix metalloproteinases, which will essentially inhibit major collagen degradation and disorganization. And also you can use tetrapeptide 21, which helps boost fibroblasts to increase.
I would say just use growth hormone. Growth hormone's like the god tier peptide. I haven't looked at the prices of GHKCU. It's fine. I know there's a lot of women who like using it and they inject it directly into their face and shit. I'd be a little careful with that because you can, like, hit nerves in your face, but you'll get, like, a very similar effect from just using growth hormone. This guy isn't entirely wrong, but I think he's probably be a little bit more clear that it entirely depends on, like, what doses of drugs you're using and what drugs you're on. Thanks for the donation though, dude. Ben Boyd and Tiller still can't believe this was confirmed to be real. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks for the donation, Ben Boy. Like, I've been on gear for what? Like, since August 1st, so let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, it's February now, so 6 months at this point. I've gained 40 pounds, and probably about, like, 35-ish of those pounds, like, maybe 32 at least, was just straight muscle tissue. I don't think I look any older. You guys can tell me, but I think I still have, like, good, nice, clear skin and shit. Donated $2. I think you confused Team Ninja with Ninja Theory Studios, but yeah, they did the same shit with DMC Game, where they made Dante emo beta cuck. Well, that was a bit of a different story. What's it called? You're talking about DMC, Devil May Cry, right? The one that wasn't made by Capcom. That, like, when that first trailer came out, people were losing their fucking minds. I thought this was actually a cool idea, because this was supposed to be, like, a young teenage Dante. And I thought it made sense that, you know, he'd be, like, this fucking kind of edgy, cringe, like, teenage kid. You know, it sort of makes sense to me. So it's Dante before he was cool and he was, like, this edgy, like, fucked up teenager. Like, Like, dude, why in the fuck do you think you can mention that, retard? Just because you remember and you've been here for a while, I'm not banning you, but, like, you're actually being a fucktard. Like, Jesus Christ. And then because of the backlash to the trailer, they changed some of the design and shit. But I thought this was kind of a cool idea. And again, he's a teenager, so he wouldn't be like big and jacked like he was, like especially in DMC4. Like he went on steroids in DMC4. So I thought some of this was a cool idea. And then, like, obviously everyone freaked out because they're, like, fucking stupid. But in DMC3, he was younger, so he was still, like, muscular and in shape and everything, but he's a younger guy. He would have been, like, in his 20s or something. He wouldn't be as, like, big and jacked as he is in DMC4 or 5. Thanks for the donation, though, too.
I think new, it's probably something crazy. That machine brand new was probably like $50,000 or $60,000. It's this insane commercial pasta extruder, and someone else was selling a ravioli attachment for it. And I was tempted to get that too, because the ravioli attachment wasn't that expensive, but it looked kind of complicated to do because the extruder rolls out a sheet of ravioli onto like a rolling pin. And then that sheet of ravioli is rolled into the ravioli machine, which fills and makes the raviolis. It doesn't seem too crazy complicated. I'm just not sure that that extruder machine does ravioli sheets. It might only do like dyed pasta, like pasta dyes. The dye is like the mold. So I'm gonna get the machine and see if it can do ravioli, because otherwise you'd have to buy a pasta sheeter, which I don't know. Ravioli, though, to me, like, if we offer...
$20 is this guy a retard.
Single day, it's because of the macros. 96 grams of protein for only 560 calories, and a pound of meat is something that'll actually keep you full. Ground beef o'clock.
Yes, he's retarded. I'm just gonna try to do my best to not ever see this guy's account. I want to hit him really, really hard. There's something about social media influencers when they do this fucking horse shit that just infuriates me, and I want to give them corporal punishment. What a fucking attention-seeking fucking twink bitch faggot. Jesus Christ.
I am now playing with one of my Decilon slide rules.
Alright, well, you do like slide rules. Hope you have fun, James. Appreciate the donation.
For sourdough pasta, like, ravioli would be icing on the cake. It'd be nice to be able to do, like, really healthy fillings, like a white bean filling with something in it would be really cool. I'd eat that every day. I've been wanting to do tortillas and dumplings, too. If I can get a tortilla machine for cheap enough, I'll do it, but they usually go for a lot of money. And these tortilla machines, they do everything from start to finish. So you literally just put the masa in the machine and it will form the tortillas and cook them. But those machines that are like $50,000, $60,000, I try to look at auctions for them, but they go for quite a bit of money. I just don't have we don't have the facilities here to make that the tortillas ourselves. Once I get the kitchen over here set up, if I get a big griddle, we can do tortillas ourselves. We just don't have a way to cook them that well. Like, yeah, I could have 5 guys just forming tortillas by hand and pressing them in hand presses, but we don't have a way to cook the tortillas right now. I don't think they turn out that good in the oven. So I'd like to really do tortillas, have a nice organic sourdough flour tortilla. And dumplings is it's a whole nother thing. That we would probably want a machine for. Or like the Asian people that do that, they're really, really skilled with their hands. So, if I could find someone to come in 1 or 2 days a week and make dumplings, that'd be nice. I don't think I could in this area. If I was in New York, it would have happened already because you have such a large employee base over there. So yeah, that's the next product I'm excited for. Get that machine in and see if it works, and if we could do some sourdough pastas. That's a kind of a big deal too, though. It's a disaster. This whole place is a fucking disaster. I gotta get half this equipment out of here and clean it up. Still waiting on my $6 million check from Dr. Taban. Went up from $3 million to $6 million because he's been making me wait so long. Yeah, this whole build.
Yeah, Frank initiated a lawsuit with Dr. Taban, then he tried to get out of the lawsuit, which he can't, and then Taban's pushing for a jury trial, so this is him just venting his frustration out in the most childish, stupid way imaginable, even though this is a problem that he started.
Building is a fucking disaster, dude. There's probably at this point, there's probably $2,000 or $3,000 just in copper pipe. Probably more than that. That needs to be taken down from the old refrigeration systems and the old boiler systems. Yeah, I've been trying to do better. I've been trying to feel better, do different things, but my health is just really messed up. I'm still spending most of the day in bed. And I have so much, all this stuff I told you guys, I gotta go spend hours and hours on my computer getting this stuff up on the website and getting everything ready. And this produce thing is going to be a disaster. Every step of the way, I know this produce thing is a bad idea. I really wanted to do it, but I know it's a special
So he's admitting this is stupid.
thing, and it's nice to offer organic produce online. But now that the first order came in, and I'm looking at this list, what complicates things is stuff gets sold out. Maybe 20% of the stuff we ordered was sold out, so we had to do substitutions. So it's just a headache, because if people ordered something and then you have to substitute it, it's just.
Here comes the chargebacks.
It turns it from an easy, doable thing to a logistical nightmare. Yeah, I had some concepts to do for this town. It's a low-income town. I was thinking of doing some concepts in the building. It seems like I might be better off getting a food truck. It seems like it might be cheaper to get a food truck than actually fix the inside of the building. It's cheaper to take a food truck and put it outside or inside the building than to actually renovate the building at this point. Yeah, it's got to be cheaper if you can get a food truck at an auction, used. But I don't know. We'll see what happens this year.
All right. Well, that's Frank. He's still a retard. Knuckles' sister from Sonic Boom is hot. Percy. No.
Nigger heal Hitler. Fuck the Jews. Fuck the Muslim.
Yeah, I don't think I can let that play. Little TOS. Thanks for the donation though, jackass. Who was it? Sonic girlfriend Sally. Sally Acorn. I thought Sally Acorn was hot. From the original cartoon show. Sally Acorn's hot. Percy, I don't think so. Doesn't do it for me. Why am I getting recommended Profit Fear videos? I hate this guy. He's just a fucking stupid fucktard. Nice try.
Pounds shy of 350. Samson Doda is 346 pounds off season. The abs are showing. Never seen him this big. As a matter of fact, I have no recollection of a Mr. Olympia being this heavy off season. Frankly not. I recall Gunther Schlierkamp flirting with this type of weight, but Dorian and Coleman did not reach this weight really. They were definitely a little bit lighter. Look at that. I've always said that he needed to fill in more in my reckoning because he was moving about. He was able to move about properly and easily. Whereas now, you shall see when he will...
Yeah, I think Samson Dauda is like either 6'2 or 6'3. In order for me to be competitive on the Mr. Olympia stage, like in open, I'd have to be so fucking heavy, dude, especially in the off season. It'd just be nuts. Like, the heaviest I've ever been was 285, like fat, obviously, as a natural, but like that was fairly tolerable. The only real problem that I had was, one, I didn't like being fat, and two, I was more prone to sweating a lot. Other than that, like, it was fairly tolerable, but like 350, like, holy fucking shit, dude. I don't know how much drugs I'd have to take to reach that body weight, but I know the amount of food would just be absolutely fucking absurd. I don't know if I'd want to live like that. That's why I'm only eyeing classic physique. Like, I can just be at a much more reasonable fucking body weight, including in the off season.
Do the lat spread. It's gonna be tedious to hold his flanks. Look at that. Tedious to hold the flanks. Hard. That's good. Bro, this is all out bodybuilding. Bring what you got. This is not classic physique. And I salute the fact that he has no bubble gut. Even in the transitions, when he turns around, it is not there. We'll see how it goes. Dwarfing will occur. I mean, the small kid, Derek, is more than 100 pounds lighter. What say you people? Well, it is no...
I think Derek Lunsford just has one of the worst physiques I've ever seen on an Olympia stage. I don't know how the fuck he won Mr. Olympia. It's crazy.
Secret that personally I prefer the early years of Ronnie Coleman, namely 99, 2000, and part of 2001. Look at him, he was just proper hard, a little bit smaller, but so good. The prayer pose. This is a signature pose. Nobody else can do it. It is so good, this pose of
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Was fucking
and
massive,
the front
dude.
lat spread was genuinely good. Streamlined, not too busy, not overdone. And he is smiling. He was still good. And afterwards, 2003, I don't salute it. Looks
crazy.
awkward, too big in my reckoning. He is struggling to hold the pose. He cannot even smile. It looks hard, tedious. Look at that, big. The bigorexia guys salute this, but not me. What say you people? Am I right? Am I wrong? I think it's overdone. Whereas before, look at him. He was smiling, a little bit smaller, not overdone.
Yeah, I think his physique peaked there. He was so fucking ridiculously massive, dude.
Just the sweet spot. Well, in that year, 2001, something weird happened. He had, in my reckoning, the worst shape of his life, where he technically lost to Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler should have won Miss Olympia 2001. This young kid was harder, just proper. He was just nails and diamond. Whereas Ronnie, softer, definitely not on. He was definitely looking flat and depleted. Why? Because he overcompeted. It's kind of a weird year because the same year he had the best shape of his life merely a few months before because he competed at the Arnold Classic. So overcompeting exhausted him. Look at him here. He was totally different. This was the best shape of his life, arguably. Look at him. Smaller, the equilibrium chase. Okay, this was Mr. Ori when we started. My today proper and
Pretty damn good transformation.
Wasn't done until you couldn't finish another rep and then somebody had to help you up.
You have been one of my originally mentors, I would like to say, even if you're not aware of it. That influenced me a lot along the way in regards to training, nutrition, recovery, and all the other aspects. And yeah, there is a lot of things that I was able to implement from your content that you have given out over the years. So I thought it would be a great episode to talk to the man who taught me the most, even if you're not aware of it.
That's great. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Stan, in the past, you've talked a lot about powerlifting, obviously, because you are a well-accomplished world record holder. You're talking a lot about strength sports in general, strongmen, because you also have a lot of athletes that you are working with. But the topic of bodybuilding, honestly, hasn't been that much of a focus point. It was more of a side thing when you were talking in the past, which I would like to change a little bit today, and talking about your bodybuilding specific way, which is the most interesting thing for my audience.
Reason any tillers don't get married. Well, I'd agree with that.
Boys, you see how your mom's completely freaking out because she thinks she's too late to check out of the hotel, and she's acting like there was a horrific car accident or her child is dying or dead, her panic.
Not watching that.
And also for me as well. And I would like to start with the question, when you look at bodybuilding as a whole, because you are a veteran and you have seen a lot over the years, I'm sure.
Yeah, Stan Efferding's vertical diet was fucking stupid. He's gotten better with his vertical diet thing. Like, I remember before he was telling people not to eat fruit and shit. But, like, still really stupid.
What has genuinely improved over the time, and what important qualities of the sport has been lost along the way when you are looking at the development, how it's going nowadays?
Well, I think this question might be about the more recent battle, if that's what you want to call it, that's been going on between bro science and science-based lifters, and not trying to insult bro science. Those are generally, those programs have been the ones that have been the most successful for professional bodybuilders historically. But there's been a lot of back and forth with things like volume and frequency and lengthened position partials, etc. I think the big rocks are still the same. I think that most importantly is going to be consistency. You and I both know that there's going to be a lot of plateaus along the way, and those people who just keep grinding, who are consistent and get to the gym every single week, week after week, month after month, year after year, and in our case, decade after decade, are going to be the ones who ultimately achieve the greatest. It's hard. And we don't like seeing people go in and use isolation exercises to RIR and think that that's an equivalent amount of effort, although it may in some cases yield a similar result, particularly for natural athletes. And so, I think that's where the conversation misses each other, is that, we grew up just figuring out or just putting our bodies through a lot and thinking that harder was better. And so effort is important. I mean, I just had an influencer yesterday was talking about how you can build strength and size with any rep range, but they kind of left out the fact that irrespective of rep range, you're going to have to, or you can build hypertrophy at any rep range, but irrespective of rep range, you're still going to have to go near failure. And so things like, kettlebells or Pilates or the like, it's not going to do it for you. That's great exercise, but it's not training. It's not measurable and progressible. So obviously after effort, now I think the conversation usually lands on volume. And the old bro splits, we train once a week. Although in my experience from training with Flex Wheeler and even going back to Gold's Venice back in the early 90s, most of those guys trained twice a week, and most of them trained twice a day. They would go in and do chest in the morning and then shoulders and tris at night, and then go back the next day and do back in the morning and biceps at night, and then go back the next day and they do.
Let's play some video games. Ugh. I think there's a way to avoid some of the confrontations. Fuck. Oh shit, there's a guy there. Are you kidding me?
That her? We'll see what's up. Go, boy.
Fuck.
We don't see anyone. Come on, boy. Pretty sure I heard her. I'll check it out. All clear over here.
Fuck off. Should have done that in the first place. No, I wouldn't vote for a female candidate. Like, unless it's like the only option if I had to vote conservative. Definitely do not want the libs winning again.
Nothing here.
Brooke? Get her up.
Gosh, Ashley! It came from
Shit! Fuck! It's fucking irritating. Oh my god, I just... Oh look, he can dodge bullets like Agent Smith. Okay, yeah, great. Fucking annoying. Like, oh my god. This section's a little annoying. Wonderful.
I got something.
Great.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm sure they could make that shot. Uh-huh. I don't think I have the patience to play this right now. After all that, just fuck it. Oh, come on, that was a hit. Give me a fucking break. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, whatever's. Can't be fucked. This is just gonna take way too much time to just go through slowly. Fuck it. Uh, uh, oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is, all, boring. Oh. You have another ingrown hair. It's fucking annoying. I gotta get tweezers. What a son of a bitch. Play good games? Oh, I don't know about that. Jesus, why is there that fucking itchy thing in my neck?
All right, many years ago, I had a room in my house that just, everything just looked like this all the time. Just like stuff piled up. It was, knee wrap material, strap material, just every which thing you can think of. And being someone that is an inventor and has a couple United States patents, this sort of stuff is always on my mind. I remember years ago when I made a shoe with Reebok, I remember one of the people there that was very into the engineering of a shoe and very much into like product development. He's like, "You never sleep, do you?" And I said, "Nope." And he said, "Me neither." So it's just kind of part of the territory. You're just kind of always thinking and always trying to invent and make new things. And so this idea actually came to me probably in around 2016 or so. I did end up making the product in like 2020, I think it was. And then just kind of sat around, and then I had one of these straps in the gym and started messing with it more recently, and I'm like, I got to make that product. One of the ways...
Thoughts on facts? Thoughts on trannies? Thoughts on blacks? Thoughts on browns?
Yeah, thanks for the donation, Non-Wib.
Ways that you guys can know when you have a good idea is that the idea doesn't die. It like kind of dies off a little bit, the excitement or what your products are actually for. And so maybe you guys will have other ideas on what these things will be utilized for that I didn't foresee. That happens all the time. So what we have here is some straps that you can attach to cable attachments. So these shorter straps can be utilized anywhere, but they're probably predominantly going to be used on something like a lat pull down. And you see a lot of people nowadays, it's kind of like a meme, right? The 90s had Dorian Yates doing really heavy bent over rows, and he's got, 3 plates on there, blood and guts, and he's doing his Mike Menser style high intensity workout. And then nowadays we see people doing the one arm, fitness influencer like pull down where they're trying to really squeeze onto one side, right? Anyway, some of that is pretty cool because it can help with isolation. And when we kind of take the hands out of the equation, like the fingers, and we take the grip out of the equation, we sometimes are just taking away a factor that can be a limiting factor for some people, but also something that maybe is not thought about a ton in the fitness industry is the fact that this part of the body is being used all the time for everything match. And you kind of tell when they go to do something like a squat to help take away the safety squat bar, same thing, the Duffalo bar. You're going to die trying to get through your squat workout or trying to get through right now. But these are the shorter ones, and I made these at a specific length to try to accommodate most lat pull down machines. But some lat pull down machines just they're not high enough for various reasons, sometimes because it's a garage model or something like that. Called gripless straps is what we're calling them. Interesting because then you get to actually pull with your elbows rather than even pulling with your wrist and pulling with your bicep. You'll get to pull from here. I'll show you that. The second iteration of it looked like this, and it had a little strap right here, a little grommet type thing, and I'll show you what that's for here. One of the things with this particular item, it's going to be difficult for people to get used to these in the beginning because they're on your hand, and this is no different. The strap is going to run this way across our hand, okay? And it just doesn't work the way that you would like. And so you go back to the drawing board. So click this guy in here, kapoom. Click this guy in here, kapoom. And now we're clicked in there. And as we go to pull, this, you know, it actually doesn't work bad on here, but doesn't work kind of the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to be like more taut, and on some of the other exercises that I tested this on, it didn't work great. And so I actually made another version that has 2 of them on there. But yeah, that's the basics of it. Is now we get to pull at the elbows. We can have hands free. I can do, you know, lateral raise type of movement. I could do, you know, if I just had, if I only had one arm in here, I could do, if I had one arm in here, I could do, you know, lateral raise that's not involving, it's a little heavy, but not involving the hands at all. These 2 on here, then that means I had to make this a little bit bigger. So every time you go back and forth, you can really be causing a lot of problems for yourself in product development. And that's why sometimes a product is made and a product seems somewhat incomplete. Whenever you have a product that seems somewhat incomplete, it's because somebody was just like, you know what? Just effing make the thing. Just make it and just get it out there. I was testing these out on. That felt really good. And there we go. Now we can do a lot of pulling motions with the elbows. So I'm just going to leave these here, leave them on. So I'm just going to click these guys in here like this. And now I'm forever connected to the machine. There's no turning back. If I wanted to, could even do some like really nice ab stuff here. It's old school. And you know, like each person's going to fit into these differently. You're going to have to kind of adjust and move these things around a little bit. So there'll be like a learning curve with it. To actually help, it's helpful to be like a little sweaty. I couldn't be any draw off. You know, you can see there's a slight bend in the elbow.
I might get some of these. Looks like an interesting idea. Might fuck around with it a bit.
How you want them set up and how you get them set to the stand for these.
Mac Daddy, don't need tellers. What's your thoughts that black people can't be racist? That's stupid, because racism by definition only deals with a group having systemic institutional power and privilege. That's not what racism is. Blacks can be prejudiced, but not racist because they don't have, yeah, that's... Don't waste my time with stupid questions.
You're going to be really amazing for that kind of thing. I think someone that has like some wrist issues too. I think this wrist distraction right here is going to be nice. Kind of tug and pull on those wrists and get them to not be so like stuck together. But yeah, just good old rowing. I don't have to use my fingers at all if I don't want. I know some people are a fan of like the gun urge to do that, because all I have to do is concentrate on just moving my elbows.
Yeah, that is interesting. I might get these. Seems like a neat idea. Cool. Yeah, gripless straps. Yeah, just $35. I'll probably get those.
Why are black people?
Well, you know. Socioeconomics and stuff. Thanks for the donation on Wib. Jesus, this is fucking annoying the shit out of me. I don't know what the hell is on the side of my neck, but it's like itching and like stinging like fucking crazy. That is fucking weird. It's not a pimple. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's really fucking annoying. Might be an ingrown hair or something that's just irritating me. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. Might stream a leg workout tomorrow. But, I'm gonna go to bed. Hope you all had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thing is so fucking annoying. What in the fuck is this shit? What just happened? There we go.